Inside the Bullpen podcast. It's our final regular season podcast of the season. We're heading to the playoffs, guys. Got a little rink noise in the background. Brahmas getting set for the opening round game against Odessa Jackalopes. More on that later, but we're here with Chad Seward and Megan Kim. And, guys, the Brahmas wrapped up a regular season on a pretty good high note, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. I wasn't there, but Nick, you were, and we were watching back home. And we had 2 overtime wins, which is, I think that bodes well for us.
And Justin Hale's NAHL coaching debut. 2 W's already for Hale.
Mm-hmm. That's a high winning. He's a higher winning percentage than Dan.
That's true.
It is.
That's we should put that in Brahmas history.
I don't know.
We got to put.
That's
That's where they always put the asterisks, on the leaderboard. They say like minimum so many minutes. Dan would argue that for Hale, though.
For sure.
No, but it's always good. He's currently barking orders to his lines, getting them in tip-top shape for the Jacks.
And by the way, if you hear some words that are not safe for work or children, we're in the middle of a hockey practice. These things happen.
Yeah.
Right now, spirits are pretty good, though, so I don't think you're going to hear too many
100%
words that rhyme with duck.
Well, they're certainly getting themselves jacked. They want to get ready. But before we get some little playoff predictions, we have some big news here in Brahmaland, especially in terms of the NYTEX Sports Shop and the playoff ticket packages. Chad, my understanding is on Wednesday and Thursday before we get over to the games this weekend, they can pick up their tickets in case they want to get them earlier before the will call lines.
Correct. So if you have a playoff package or like a sponsor, your ticket packages are going to be in the store 5:30 p.m. Wednesday night and 5:30 p.m. Thursday night through the end of the business of the store, which I think is like 8:39.
Yep.
You can tell I'm really involved there, but so this gives you a chance instead of having a party.
You're coaching
that's like
6U Eagles, then, right?
The 6U Warrior Eagles soccer team. We're still searching for our first win, so maybe I'll bring on Hale to help me out
up
there.
That win percentage a little bit.
But yeah, you can pick up your playoff package. This way you have more time. It's not like a small 1 hour window on like a Wednesday or whatever.
Right.
And also you can check out some of the new and exciting items in the store before it's super crowded on a game night, which kudos to you two and Rebecca Bing, our fabulous photographer who offices out of section J, it looks like. Yeah, y'all did a great job on the trading cards. If you go to the NYTEX Sports Center page, you can get a little sneak peek of them as we did a little trading card unveiling with a samurai sword. But
we were very excited about them. I think they turned out looking really well.
They look great.
Thank you.
Yep, so definitely stop by when you pick up your tickets. Also take a look at the store. We have that. We have playoff T-shirts that are now in. They're a nice
boatload of hats,
purple
too.
material. A ton of hats.
A ton.
Oh, my God. I think there's, at least 10 different designs. I think there's more than that.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's highballing it.
There's
I'm
at least a dozen different
it.
designs.
So there's a couple new shirts in there. Obviously, check that out as well. Be sure you're all swagged up and trading carded up for the postseason. Obviously, these guys will help get their signatures and all that. But on Friday, Chad, there's going to be a little special activity, I know, for Game 1 here for the pregame ceremonies in Brahmaland between the Jacks and the Brahmas with a nice gesture to our friends up in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should hit on that. I mean, I would venture to say nobody out there listening to this podcast has not heard of what happened in Saskatchewan. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yep.
So you're seeing, we don't have to rehash. You've already gotten your news somewhere, somewhere more credible than Nick, Chad, and Megan. But you've seen all around the hockey world several tributes. There's the Put Your Sticks Out.
Yes.
What was that hashtag? Put your stick out.
Yes.
Sticks out.
Yep.
Something like that.
I've seen like 1 million of them.
Yeah.
I was just started with prayers for Humboldt.
Yep, and then
Sticks out.
Yep. Prayers for Humboldt. You're seeing tributes all around the world. There's a Danish playoff. Did you see this on? I think it was on TSN.
I don't think I did, actually.
In the Danish Pro League, at the end of a series, when you normally have a handshake line, players from both teams gathered at center ice and did a little arm in arm.
Oh wow!
A little sticks up to the boys.
Yep.
That thing. So there's all sorts of tributes. You'll see more around the Null as we get into to playoffs, including what we're putting together for Friday, which is going to be we're going to have kind of a, I don't know, what'd you call it, showing of solidarity for Humboldt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to have as many of the junior Brahmas who can be here, from the NA3HL team all the way down to our mites, wearing their Brahma jerseys. They're going to go out on the ice and join our boys in Odessa, who both teams, we're going to ask both teams send the entire roster out on the blue line for the moment of silence. Nice little showing of solidarity there, and then we'll play we will have the Canadian anthem sung.
Yes.
We won't just play it. We'll have it sung. World-renowned opera singer Christina Major will be performing the Canadian anthem. She's good like that. So
no, man, that's going to be a good touch. Obviously, everybody has heard the news. The Brahmas had their first chance at that, too, in Corpus Christi when, obviously, that news broke literally last weekend. But it's amazing. It just goes to show the hockey family how much support there is. And on top of that, Chad, I didn't check the numbers yesterday, or I didn't check it today, but yesterday, I know the GoFundMe page they were doing a fundraiser for, it was over $10 million.
I just checked it yesterday. It was at $4 million.
It's already at 10.
That's crazy.
It's at $10 million.
But I mean, money can't replace someone's life. That's for sure.
Absolutely not.
But I mean,
it's just great for the hockey community to hopefully try to rebuild it and maybe do some upgrades to arenas or anything they need to.
Kind of ease the financial burdens for sure on the families.
100%.
Medical bills.
Yeah,
100%. I know the Brahmas are going to be donating as well.
I'm sure there'll
some
be
of the staffers already have. I'm sure many of the fans already have too.
Yeah, we're going to be wearing a helmet sticker.
Yes. There's a helmet sticker. Shout out to Larry Newbro there. Also, the league office is sending it for all the NAHL teams, but Larry jumped on it as well to make sure not only the Brahmas and the Jackalopes were taken care of in case the null didn't come through, but also some of those junior Brahma players you mentioned will be having the Humboldt patches on. I don't know if there's going to be a fundraiser in the store, though that was chatted about.
I don't know.
The staff meeting. I know you were busy with the 6U Warrior Eagles and doctor visits, but
I don't know if we're going to do anything in the store. I mean, there's a lot of great ideas, and I think everybody's head and heart's in the right place. We got our tribute on the ice here, and we'll see more as time goes.
Right.
There's still a lot of boys in the hospital up there.
There are. There are. I mean, the story's been ongoing. It's already a week, and it's just when you hit tragedies like that, it just keeps going on. It hits close to home. But obviously, these Brahmas are gearing up for playoffs. So Humboldt and the entire community there is going to be in their hearts as they begin their postseason play. And then right on cue there for the postseason, it's going to be one heck of a ride for the Robertson Cup. The 16 seeds are set, and now we get to have our little fun, what we've done now the past couple of years, of going through some predictions. So we'll take you around literally from the south to the central, the Midwest, and the east, and rattle off some predictions. So let's start in the top left, if you will, in the central of your seedings. We have the number 1 Aberdeen Wings against the number 4 Minot Minotauros. Chad, who do you have coming out of that best of 5?
As awesome a mascot as the Minotauro is, I mean, tell me another team that has a Minotauro as a mascot.
You won't.
And as much as I hate the Red Wings and anything with the word wings on it, I just don't know. I'm going to go Minot with the upset here just because the Minotauro is a ridiculous mascot.
Let's do it.
There's no statistical backing for why I'm picking them, but I'm going to go with them winning that series.
Megan, that series, who you want?
I'm going to just go ahead and go with the number 1 there. All due respect to Minot, but I think the Wings will have this one well in hand.
Nikki.
I'll follow through with Aberdeen with Megan there.
And that's the smart choice, really.
Yeah. Obviously, they were the central chance. But Minot, they were a team that, going into the top prospects tournament, they were a couple games back of Bismarck. So they battled adversity. So I don't dislike the upset pick.
Well,
there.
And listen, if anybody from Minot is listening, I'm going to go ahead and give you a playoff slogan, if you haven't picked one yet. Why not, Minot?
Nice little rhyme.
Let's see if I can get going.
Hashtag
why not,
good.
Why not? All right, Nick, who do you have? And I think we all know who we're going to all pick here in the Austin Bruins.
Yeah, I got to go with Rooney and Willis and the boys here, right? It's got to be the Bruins going on. Although I think that's going to be a really good series
for sure.
I think Bruins can get it, and it might go to 5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Nick. Like you, I'll stick with Rooney and good old Willie out there. We believe in them, but I do think you're right. I do think it'll be a tough one for sure.
Yep.
I think Rooney and Willis and company take that in 3 games by a goal differential of 30.
Oh, all right.
That's a bold call. I like it.
So who's your? Let's see who's going to come out of the Central then, Chad. You're between Minot and Austin.
I see no reason to stop the juggernaut that is the Austin Bruins. So I'm going to say Austin's going to sneak out of that division.
Meg, you and I have the same Aberdeen against Austin in our next round, 1 versus 2. Who you got going on?
Sometimes you just got to go with your heart. I'll go Austin. Austin will go through.
Nice. I'm sticking Aberdeen. I think they ride out of the Central. Scott Langer, his second year back to the Robertson Cup semifinals. I don't think it was a fluke last year that he was able to upset on his way. I think the Aberdeen Wings punched their ticket back to the Final Four. Now in the East, this one's interesting because there's a lot of at least the regular season 2 through 4 were within a game and a half or so. So Philly versus the Generals. I think Philly moves on, but, oh, man, do I want to go with the Gens there with the hot start they had this year. I think Philly will at least advance out of their first round.
I think, Nick, you're right. I mean, I think just based on how many times the Harlem Globetrotters have beaten the Washington Generals, I think the Northeast Generals are going to equally get drubbed by the Rebels. I see the Rebels in this one in 3 games.
Well, the Brahmas killed Aston. Philadelphia is a new team, man.
Yeah, yeah. I think Philly takes that one in 3.
You boys have no faith. I think the Generals would be very hungry.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Last year was so tough for them, and then this year they came out absolutely flying. I think they'll come and bring some of that intensity with their first real playoff run, like they're an expansion team.
If we're being completely honest, the main reason I did not pick the Generals there is I put out a tweet back in September asking for them to send me a Generals t-shirt, and nobody messaged me back. So
what do you want a Generals t-shirt for?
They were unreal to begin the season.
We were really excited for them. Like, we were genuinely
We were pumped,
happy.
and nobody wanted to at least be like, hey, you could purchase them here.
You've lost
I wasn't going to try to find them. I just wanted somebody to come back. So sorry, that's why they aren't getting my vote for the first
you have a
round.
grudge there.
I need a Gens t-shirt. Then I'll pull for you later on.
But I'll go Jen's upset. I think we'll have a little fun.
All right, there we go. Next one, got the Titans in Wilkes-Barre Scranton. As much as I want the upset again here, I can't vote against Brandon Perone and the boys. Former Brahma, backstop in the New Jersey Titans. I think they move on to face the Rebels.
I disagree completely. I think you've got to go with you've got to go with Wilkes-Barre Scranton. I mean, for Christ's sake, the office is based there. How can you not go for the office? Michael Scott, Toby, come on. There's no hockey knowledge there. You can tell I've not watched 1 second of any of these games.
Maybe the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins will send some AHL drop-downs to
Dunder
them.
Mifflin is going to power this team to the victory.
I wasn't
Maybe
here.
A celebrity puck dropper.
Yeah. I wasn't here when Perone was here, but he was great against us in the showcase. Didn't he shut us out?
He did shut us out. That was the Gibby special.
Ooh.
That was the
Mitchell
Gibson special.
Gibson had a shutout and lost.
Yep.
Wow, it's just really setting the tone for some of his starts this year.
It's okay. He got 11 more as the year went on.
I know Walt Roth's going to be pulling for the Titans for sure. I'll put his vote in. There's the guest vote. Walt, I'm voting for you, man. I'm sure you're going Titans on that one.
I'm going to go Wilkes-Barre Scranton just because their graphics are better. So I'm looking forward to what they come up with. You know, on the media side of things, I always enjoy a good graphic, and I think they've been doing a good job this year.
I think both of these teams could benefit from a graphic artist. Just saying.
Yeah, from the logo side. Yeah, one looks like a family crest. I always think Wilkes-Barre looks like a family crest. All right, anyways, coming out of the East then, I'm going to say the Titans. I think the Titans will beat the Rebels there. So I got Titans, the 2 seed coming out.
All right.
Chad, you had Gens? Did you pick Gens first round? That wasn't me, was it? Generals against Wilkes-Barre? Or did you have Philadelphia?
I had Philadelphia.
Okay, so Philly versus Wilkes-Barre.
It's Wilkes-Barre. I mean, same logic applies.
Perfect.
Michael Scott with the ceremonial puck drop every game. You're guaranteed to win.
Meg, you riding the 4-seed dream team to the Final Four?
You know, I wasn't going to, but now that you've said that, I have to. So, yeah, Gens, let's go. Don't let me down.
By the way, did you see the episode?
Send me a T-shirt.
Yeah, they better send you a T-shirt.
Did you see the episode of The Office where Michael Scott played hockey?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
So good. It's so good.
It's so funny.
I never caught the Office bandwagon.
What?
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that one.
Nick.
I know. Just my friends didn't watch it, so I didn't pick up.
Well,
All right, so
as long as you do what your friends do, I guess, right?
Pretty much. I'm just a follower, you know?
Yeah,
Some people are leaders.
That's
other
fun.
people are show followers. I'm a show
That's fun
follower.
because we each had a different team, didn't we then?
Yeah, we did.
I like
yeah,
that.
true. All right.
I like that.
Watch. Now, knowing our luck, it's probably going to be the Rebels,
be
the
the
one
Rebels.
seed
It
actually
will
coming out.
be. It
Yeah,
will
for
be.
sure. All right, great. That shows how good we are. But it's okay. We know the South well, so these are just for fun.
Yeah.
Let's go Midwest. You got the Ice Dogs, the Magicians. Fairbanks obviously setting some whoopings there in the middle portion of the season, but then they've lost quite a lot of games in the down the stretch. Kenai River actually got them for a couple games there. I think the Ice Dogs will still reign superior. You can't deny their history in the Robertson Cup playoffs. I think Fairbanks moves on pretty easily.
Give me those dogs.
Mego.
Listen, I love a good magic trick, as you've seen in staff meetings.
That's true.
I usually lead with a magic trick. But
Lead and exit with them.
Minnesota literally has a snowball's chance in hell of beating Fairbanks. Fairbanks in 3 by 50. Megan.
Yeah, I don't mean to disrespect the Magicians, but you got to go Fairbanks here, right?
For sure.
They've been so dominant all season, so we'll definitely go with them.
All right, Janesville against Springfield. I'll take the safe pick here just because I saw more Janesville games. Plus, they'll probably have the forward of the year on their team in Yakov Novak. Jets goaltending and defense, very good, just like they were last year when the Brahmas faced them. I think that game's going to go 4, but Janesville comes out over the Springfield Junior Blues.
Megan, who you got?
I'm going with Janesville as well. I like the program. Last year when we played them, I thought those were some really good games. You know, when we played them in the semifinals.
100%.
Yeah, and they've had just as much success this year, so I'm looking forward to seeing them back, I guess.
I'm going with Paul McCartney. That's a Jet from Paul McCartney, for those who don't know it. I'm going Jet. Jets. Jets.
All right. Well, there's
Jets.
some unanimous picks. So we all have Fairbanks versus Janesville. We all going to have the same going on to the Final Four. Chad, we'll rip it right back to you.
Oh, yeah. I think the Ice Dogs just whip right through this division like it's nothing.
I'm with you there. I think Janesville will give them a run for their money. They have some really skilled guys there, like Nick said. Novak has been tearing up the league, but the Fairbanks Ice Dogs were really good. We played them.
They were
4
very
times.
good.
Came away with what, 2 points, I guess.
Yeah.
And those were good games, but Fairbanks was very good.
I'm going to say I'll take the different route here. I think Janesville can come away with the upset there just because of the Ice Dogs sliding a little bit as of late. So I'll say Janesville moving on. And now what everybody's been waiting for in our podcast, the South Division predictions. And Meg, we'll go right back to you. We'll wait for the Brahmas for a second.
Okay.
The other one, the number 1 Mudbugs against the number 4 Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Who do you got in that one?
I really have to think about that one. I think the Mudbugs will pull it out. I think they have some very good goaltending. I think Jackson Castor has been really great. Griegels has been great. I think Corpus Christi will make it more difficult for them than like you would think it would be. I don't think it's going to be like a sweep or anything like that, but I do think Shreveport is going to like pull it out. They do have very good goaltending, probably after us. Just about the best.
How many games for that series since it's the South? We'll get the games.
I honestly think it might go 5. Like I honestly do. Like it's not going to be a fun one. I don't think.
Yeah.
Fun for us, not fun for them.
Yeah,
so
that'll be a war of attrition too.
Yes.
Chad, who you got there? You got the crawfish broil, or you got the beach?
Well, first of all, these 4 teams all date back to the late 90s. This is the most historied and storied of the playoff matchups, and boys like that comment. And it's some good logos in that division.
Very good logos.
Now, as far as the Bugs and Rays, I don't know. I got to give it probably the Bugs, and like Megan said, in 5. I think the Bugs in 5. Close games, 1-goal games, maybe 3 of them OT. I think this is going to be a lot like that Corpus and Brahmas series last year.
Yes.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yep. Well, the reason why everybody's saying the game goes to 5 because the Ice Rays have played very good against the Mudbugs this year. I will stick with the consensus. I'll go Mudbugs. I think they do it in 4. I think they want to get out of the first round this year and get a little of that bad blood out from last year's loss and exit to Corpus, so it's another rematch series there. Brahmas and Jackalopes. Megan, it's the weekend we're preparing for. You think the Brahmas have a good chance of making out over the Jacks?
I really do. I don't want to sound cocky, but we're better. We've been playing really well. Our boys are really firing today, I think, and I have no doubt that Dan Wildfong is going to do a very good job of preparing them, and I don't know that I can exactly say the same thing about the Jackalopes. So I think it'll be us. I don't think it'll be easy by any means. I think just about every game we played against them this year, I think there were a couple ones that went one way or the other in a big way, but most of the games we played have been close ones. But I think we've got it.
Don't forget the games.
Confident.
How many? Does it go to the distance? Is it a sweep? Is it a 4-gamer?
I think it's a 4-gamer. I don't like to say that because that means we'll be in Odessa for a night, which I hate. But it is what it is. So I say us in 4.
I say us in 3. Easy domination of Odessa. We're gonna. Just look. The Brahma is a big, 2,000-pound animal, and a jackalope is a mythical, maybe 5-pound rabbit with horns glued to its head. There's no competition. 3 games, very large goal differential. These guys are going to come out flying. And I predict the first goal, first shift of the playoffs.
I'm following Chad's suit there. I think the Brahmas will come out. Obviously, we do have the homerism, but I think they have a really good chance again in the first round. It's going to be a fun series for sure. I think they set the tone. They get a big sweep to start. I think this team is fired up. For a stat that Megan kind of started to mention to when they said their boys are hot, we looked this up since that trade back in January to start the 2018 portion of the year. The Brahmas are 21-3-6. They only have 3 regulation losses in the second half of the season. I think they're playing their best hockey. Despite having a couple overtime games, they're very structured well. And on top of that, you want an X factor. You're going to really pull for Greg Gatto over Dan Wildfong. I can't do that based on the Jackalopes playoff success. I love Matt Brown. I love Blake Bride and the Jacks. I think they have a couple of really good skilled players, but they don't have enough. Brahmas in 3. Now it goes us to our 1v2 in the NAHL South, as we have a full-out practice brawl here. Everybody's getting their swings in. Brahmas and Mudbugs, which would be an historic playoff round if it gets to that. I'll start it off with this fight looking on. It looks like Montembeau and Feeney going to drop the mitts here. We're having some fun, though. Nothing serious. It's all fun and games. But Brahmas and Bugs, I think this one will go the distance. I think the Brahmas will just squeak out. 5 games, Brahmas over Bugs.
All right. Well, then for my pick for the division here, I got to go Brahmas in 3 over the Bugs.
Double sweeps.
It's going to be a theme. It's going to be a theme here. Brahmas in 3 over the Bugs. Close games though, all 1-goal games. Megan.
Brahmas in 4. I think they've had a real tough time scoring on us. I think we have the best goaltender in the league. I don't even think that. I know that. But I think, like you guys said, it'll be a close one. They're going to be hard-fought games, and both of these teams are very good, well-coached. Every time we play them, I feel like it's a really good time. Like, the coaches get very into it, with Zernis and Wildfong getting up on the benches and barking at each other. And, they're always good, intense, clean games, I feel like. So I'm excited to see it. But I do think Brahmas in 4.
So then just for fun, to close out our predictions, we got the champ section. So, Chad, you're Robertson Cup champ out of the 4 champion or divisional finalists that you had moving on, which were, I'll have to recap this. I think this is right. You had the Bruins.
I had the Bruins.
And then you had the Knights.
Uh-huh.
And then you had the Brahmas.
Uh-huh.
And you had the Ice Dogs.
All right, I think we're going to have a Wildfong versus Rooney showdown in which Wildfong wins. Sorry, Al. Love you, pal. Wildfong
cool,
wins.
Though. That would be quite a story if that actually happened.
In soul-crushing fashion.
All right, Meg, who do you have winning it all?
I don't even care who we play. I don't really remember who I picked. I just know that we're going to go all the way.
Yes.
I guess, am I supposed to follow suit here with the Brahmas rah-rah chant here? Or?
I think we all did last year, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
That's
true.
You know?
Nobody was like, well, I think that the Rebels can take it. That's my last year voice.
I like that.
We were all
Well, obviously, Hart says Brahmas. That's a no-brainer. What series I would like to see it end up with? I would actually like to see Janesville and Brahmas again because I had Janesville beating Ice Dogs. So that would be one heck of a finals if it happened. Although, really, if you get to the championship game, it's going to be a darn good game no matter the teams. Even if the Brahmas don't make it, obviously, of course, knock on wood, we wish they can do just as good as they did last year. But, yeah, I don't want to go Brahmas with this one just because I want to have a little bit more fun. When they prove me wrong, so I don't think the Brahmas will repeat this year, but I want to eat those words so bad come May. So I'll hopefully listen back to this and we'll be loving the result from the Brahmas if they can go all the way and go back to back for the first time this decade.
Hopefully Nick has his resume ready, but
Stephen Ipre, winner.
Stephen Ipre,
final winner. Yeah, just mark it. Mark it down.
I can see that.
It's going to be Emac Bentley.
I'll mark that one down.
Emac Bentley. Mark my words on that one.
Mark my words.
Biggest goal of the year.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's all I got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. Oh, one thing we should say. Actually, you know what? F it. We're not going to say that. I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
All right.
I'm a smarter man than that.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody at the Shoebox Friday night, 7:30 puck drop, following shoot on Saturday. We will see you there. Get ready, get hyped, Brahma, and it is postseason time in Texas.